Hello everyone, welcome to Deeksha Karnataka YouTube channel, and today in the COMEDK Launchpad series I am going to discuss about the chapter Semiconductor. This is a not super big chapter compared to the previous chapters. Also you have to remember that some portions from this chapter are deleted now, and let me know if I am audible, how many of you are over here. If you can hear me, please let me know and I can start with the session today. So we are going to solve around 20-21 questions and all of them are important for your COMEDK preparation, right? Thank you, Arpit. Let's start with the question. First question: what should be the density of donor atoms which should be doped with the pure germanium semiconductor? Some of the questions are directly taken from the previous year questions. So if you see such questions, then definitely they are important, okay? Don't ignore any of the questions that we are going to discuss in today's lecture. What should be the density of donor atoms which should be doped with pure germanium semiconductor in order to achieve an n-type semiconductor whose conductivity is 5 mho per centimeter? The mobility of the electrons in n-type germanium is 3900 centimeter square per volt per second, and density of the holes are negligible. Okay, now before I start, you have to recall one very essential formula, that is the mobility is given by the conductivity divided by number density of charges into charge of electron. So this was the definition, this was the formula. Now if you forgot this formula you studied in the chapter current electricity. Okay, this is the formula. There is a way to derive this formula from this equation. This is the basic definition of mobility: charge, drift velocity per electric field. So you can put the values of drift velocity I upon A N E and then electric field, and I upon A becomes your current density J, and you get N E into E, and J is sigma into E, and from there you get this derivation. So if you don't remember it, you can either derive this relationship, or if you remember this formula, that will be very, very helpful. Okay, so now the if you see on the options as well, all the units are given in centimeter to the power -3, right? So you don't need to convert from centimeter to meter and then convert it back again. So if you keep everything in centimeters, your answer will be correct. So we are not converting from centimeter. So 5 mho is the conductivity, and mobility is given as 3900, and you are trying to find what is the number density n. Charge of electron you already know, 1.6 into 10 to the power of -19. So now just do the cross multiplication. So 5 into 10 to the power of 19 divided by 3900 into 1.6, or it will be 5 divided by 39 into 1.6 into 10 to the power of 17. These two zeros cancelled one of them. Now how to solve this? Either you can use the on-screen calculator and calculate the exact value, or what you can do is assume that this is 40. Okay, this is 40. So 5 8s are 40. So you get this as 1 upon 6.4, sorry, not 6.4, 8 12.8, I think 12.8 into 10 to the power of 17, and if you see the value, it will be almost equals to 0.08. into 10 to the power of 17, or it will be equals to 8 into 10 to the power of 15. So correct answer is option C. Okay, you can check that out. 1C is the correct answer. Yes, Arpit, correct. Sir, 90 marks enough to get a rank under 5K. 90 marks, COMEDK results vary too much, so rank is not very easy to predict. It depends on the year, it depends on the level of difficulty as well. Now solve this question. You don't think about marks right now, prepare the best way possible. Marks will be coming later. This question, try to solve this. Similar question came in KSET this year as well. So if you see that there are two diodes and they ask you what is the current through 10 ohm diode. Okay, what is the current through 10 ohm diode? 10 ohm resistor. Now if you see that this is positive, this is negative, right? So in that sense it will try to send the current in this direction, right? But this diode D2 is reverse biased. So ideal diode reverse bias, you can ignore that diode. No current will pass through that diode at all. So that means entire current in the circuit will pass through this 15 ohm resistor, this diode D1, and then it will come back. Okay, no current is passing through this. So this central diode you can ignore. So what is the total resistance? 15 plus 10, that is 25. So the total resistance is 25. So what is the current? Current is 2 volt divided by 25, that is 8 by 100 or 80 milliampere. 80 milliampere is the answer, that is option D. Sir, I got 128 in KCET PCB. Can I get rank less than 500 in veterinary? Shivamalu, we have to do some research on veterinary. I am not sure about veterinary. We can check and we can see. Okay. Yes, Arpit Subramania, correct. Meena, sir, I purchased COMEDK course, but I did not. Working, no video found in. Is it scam? Sir, please reply. Meena, please respond to our official YouTube official email ID. Ask edu tube @Deeksha learning.com. Okay, please share your details, your phone number, your payment received. If you have received the payment, send it here. Our team will contact you and will help you. Okay, please send your email ID, your phone number, and the proof of payment. So you have a receipt of your payment, right? Send that to our official email ID. We will take care of it. If you are not receiving any course, you have to refresh it. Okay, up to 2 devices you can check it. If you are using it from a 3rd device, you might not be able to see it, but definitely we have registered almost over 600 students now registered for COMEDK. Paid course, we have over 1000 students total registered for free. We have given a free trial as well. So total more than 1000 students registered for that, and almost 600 students are currently available as a paid student. So you are one of them, then you will be definitely getting all the courses. Okay, try to connect over here. We will help you out, right, Meena? Manvi, no, answer is not 0. Manvi, answer is not 0 because if you see that the current is passing through this diode, right? So current is passing through this. It is not 0. 15 ohm resistor is over here. D1 diode is conducting, so it cannot be 0 if both the diodes are reverse biased. Suppose this diode is also like this. Okay, if both diodes are reverse biased, then the current can be 0. Suppose instead of D1 is given like this, then current would have been 0. Okay, here you have to consider both resistors. It is like a simplified circuit. So if you simplify the circuit, it will become a 10 ohm over here, a 15 ohm over here, a 10 ohm over here, and a battery over here. Okay, as simple as that. So 10 plus 15, 25, and the potential is 2 volt, to 2 divided by resistance is the current. Okay. Next question. A PN junction diode D shown in the figure CA, I think figure CA is not here. Source V is connected to the circuit. Source V is connected to the circuit. Okay, the act as an rectifier, and alternating current I in the resistor can be shown by. So what is the alternating current in the resistor R? Okay, very easy question. Manvi, check the calculation. Yes, Manvi, I checked the calculation. You check, please. You please check your calculation. 2 by 25 is not 0. 2 by 25 is not 0. 2 by 25 is, if you multiply 4 on both sides, you get 8 by 100 ampere. 8 by 100 ampere. To convert it into milliampere, you have to get 8 by 100 into 1000 milliampere. You made a mistake in the converting the unit. Okay, so this was in amperes, you have to convert it into milliamperes. Okay, so 0 0 will cancel and you get this as 80 milliampere. Okay, so you have to learn how to convert from ampere to milliampere directly, right? I hope that helps, right, Manvi? Yes, option D. No. Option D is not correct. Option D is not correct. Sir, do you think there is any change in difficulty level this year? No, I don't think so. There will be some questions which will be difficult, more difficult than your COMEDK exam, but overall level will not be difficult. You can easily score. And remember one thing, if the question paper is difficult, it is difficult for everyone, not for you. That is the main purpose of your preparation, so that at least you can answer whatever can be answerable. That should be your main focus. At least 45 marks per subject you should target. So that 135, 140 marks should you target. Okay, that should be your target. That other difficult questions, that is for toppers. Top 20, 30, 50 students, they are toppers. They will get those questions anyway. So your target, if you want to stay ahead of the median of the class, medium students, then you have to target all the questions that you can answer. That is your target. Okay, so that you can score at least below 500 rank. So now you can see that this is the correct answer. This is a half wave rectifier. If you see, this is a half wave rectifier without any filtration. Without any filtration means this is a DC, correct, but this is not a full wave rectifier. So correct answer will be option C. Okay. Yes. Now next question. Suppose an unregulated DC input voltage Vi is applied to a Zener diode is, I think, is not part of the syllabus. Sorry, this question is not part of the syllabus, so I'm not going to discuss this. Zener voltage, Zener diode is not part of the syllabus. In case of a PN junction diode at high value of the reverse bias, the current rises sharply. The value of reverse bias is known as this is not Zener voltage, even though the question correct answer for this question will be Zener voltage. It is called avalanche breakdown. That is still part of the syllabus, avalanche breakdown. Okay, Zener voltage is not part of the syllabus. So if you reverse voltage, if you increase the reverse voltage, what happens is that the current suddenly increases. This is called avalanche breakdown. For Zener diode, there is a special name for that, Zener diode as well, but that is only for Zener diode. Zener diode is not part of the syllabus. Forward bias, as it is as same as that, right? This is the graph. In a semiconductor diode, the reverse biased current is due to the drift of the free electrons and holes caused by thermal expansion only, impurity atoms only, both A and B, neither A nor B. Very interesting question. Manvi, sorry, because of equals 2, I divided both of them. Yes, Manvi, I told you, you made a mistake. 6th question is, let's see. So this is, they are talking about reverse biased current, reverse bias current. So it is a, basically this is a PN junction. Okay, you are trying to increase the band gap, so when you are trying to increase the band gap, okay, the main thing that is responsible for the current is thermal expansion, thermal excitation, thermal expansion only, not expansion, I think spelling error is here, it will be excitation, not expansion, sorry. So it will be thermal excitation only. Impurity atoms, that is whatever is present here, they will die in this region, they will die in the depletion region. That's why it is called depleted of the charges. Okay, all the impurity atoms, whatever charge, positive or negative, whatever is created inside the PN junction, they will die in the middle region, that is called depletion region. They will not cross this barrier. Only whoever is getting excited due to the thermal excitation, those electrons can escape this barrier. Okay, and they can give rise to the reverse bias current. Now at a very high voltage, what happens, then we have something called field emission. Okay, if you remember, in the photoelectric emission we started three types of emission: thermal emission, field emission and photoelectric emission. So field emission is observable in a PN junction diode at a very high voltage. Okay, but that part is not there, that is advanced electronics. So if you study electronics in future, then you will know what is field emission, why it is happening, etc., etc. But you should remember that in a reverse bias case, only thermal excitation is responsible for the reverse bias current. Now this is an easy question. I hope everyone can answer this. Let's see. Identify the diodes which is or are forward biased in the following set. Okay, which of the followings are reverse biased? Are forward biased. Which of the following are forward biased? So what is the condition of forward bias? First of all, you have to remember that. So if the voltage, say at this point is VA, if this point is VB, the diode will be said to be forward biased only if VA is greater than VB. That is the one and only condition. This is the one and only condition. Does not matter if it is positive or negative. Only condition is VA should be greater than 0. 7B, students are saying 7B. Check once more. Check once more. See, these are okay. Here the diode sign is wrong. Diode sign is not wrong, diode sign is opposite. So you have to carefully understand that as well. Yes, Arpit is correct. So if you see the question, so here the voltage is 0. Here it is -5. So who is greater? 0 is greater or -5 is greater? So definitely 0 is greater. So this is a forward biased. Now in this case, this side is 5, this side is 0, clear, greater. So this is forward biased. Okay. Now check this one. In this case, the P side is this one. This is P side. Okay, and this is N side. Okay, so the diode is reversed. So you have to be careful. So -2 is greater compared to -7. Is it? Isn't it? Right? So -7 is small number, -2 is big number. So in this case, so just for your sake of your eyes, you have to identify that the diode is given in the wrong orientation, opposite orientation compared to the first two cases. Right? So this is also forward biased. This case, however, in this case, the P side is 2 volt and the N side is 3 volt. So in this case, the negative side has higher voltage compared to the positive side. So that means this is a reverse bias. So this is not forward bias. So only 1, 2 and 3 are forward biased. So option C is correct. Hi Sandesh. Sir, how many questions would come from this chapter? 3 to 4 questions will come from this chapter. Okay, up to 3 questions will come. Generally 3, average 3, maximum I am saying 4, but average 3 question comes from this chapter alone. A semiconductor has an electron concentration of 9 into 10 to the power of 3 per meter cube and hole concentration of 4 into 10 to the power of 13 per meter cube. Its intrinsic carrier concentration is. So here they have given electron concentration and hole concentration. Okay, so what is the intrinsic carrier concentration? So intrinsic carrier concentration, Ni square was equals to Ne into Nh. Okay, so what is Ne? Ne is 9 into 10 to the power of 3, Nh is 4 into 10 to the power of 13, so that will be now here it is a square term, so you have to take the square root of this to find the actual carrier concentration. So remember, this is a square term, right? So square root of 9 is 3, square root of 4 is 2, and 10 to the power of 3 into 10 to the power of 13 is 10 to the power of 16, square root of that is 10 to the power of 8, right? So I skipped one step, but I hope you understand this. So correct answer is 6 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per meter cube. Yes, Arpit, Sandesh. Sir, what will be the difficulty level? Sandesh, difficulty level is not predictable for COMEDK. Last year there were some uncommon questions came and students started crying that question paper was difficult. Actually question paper was not difficult, question paper was common. Some uncommon questions came which is very common in COMEDK. COMEDK exams where not all the questions are common. Okay, every year there are 10% questions which are slightly uncommon, which was never asked, similar questions never asked in the COMEDK. So that is why you have to prepare yourself. Okay, some questions are lengthy as well, but if you ignore all of them, the question level is very average. Okay, it is not as hard as JEE Mains and not as easy as KSET. It is between KSET and I will say between KSET and NEET level. Okay, between KSET and NEET level, it is slightly closer to NEET. Actually NEET level is considered to be the basic physics level because that is done by National Testing Agency, which caters to mostly CBSE NCERT questions. In COMEDK, questions are basically, most of the chapter questions are, you identify the formula, put on the formula and solve it. Okay, not too deep concept level questions like JEE. Okay, not too deep concept level questions come generally. Current in the circuit shown in the figure considering the ideal diode. So this diode is ideal. Okay, you have to find the current in the circuit. What is the current in this circuit? Easy question. So what is the current? So what is the potential at this end? So potential is 1 volt. What is the potential is at this end? 1.3 volt. So what is the potential difference? 1.3 minus 1. And also you have to check whether the diode will conduct or not. So as you see that P side is higher voltage than the N side, so diode is definitely forward biased, so diode will definitely conduct. So that is the first check you have to do. So it is 0.3 by 100. So it will be 0.3 into 10 to the power of minus 2 or 3 into 10 to the power of minus 3 ampere. Okay, so 3 into 10 to the power of minus 3 ampere or 3 milliampere, whatever you say, this will be the answer. Right, study for JEE, saying option B, yes, correct. By doing PYQs and COMEDK, is it enough to crack it? No, I will not say it is enough, but it is something, a preparation. Okay, this is not, definitely not enough. You have to start somewhere, right? So this is the perfect place to start. You will get an idea that what type of questions is coming in COMEDK. The forbidden energy gap for germanium is 0.72 electron volt. Given HC equals to 1 to 4, I think there is 1 to 4 00 EV angstrom, the maximum wavelength of the radiation that will generate an electron hole pair is. Okay, so forbidden energy gap is given, and they asked you what is the maximum wavelength of radiation. So E equals to h nu or hc by lambda. So lambda equals to hc by E. Okay, so the correct answer will be hc divided by, hc is given as 12400 angstrom. Because the answer is given in angstrom, that's why 10 extra over here. Okay, so don't get confused. 0.72. Okay, so obviously the value is clear. You have to find what is the 10 to the power value. Okay, you have to check and identify what will be the 10 to the power value. It will be 17 it is greater than 0.5, so it will be only 1 point something times, so 17222. So correct answer will be option D. Okay, Vedant, please don't spam. Let me check. Sir, reading 15 lessons in physics and 10 lessons in chemistry, does it will give me 210 in NEET? Please tell, sir. This is a big doubt, sir. Vedant, in the NEET channel, I suggested a few important chapters. If you study all those chapters, you can get, I think, in physics out of 180. If you study all the some 12 chapters, I think I gave you, you could get out of 180 you can score up to 120. Okay, you can score, if you study 15 chapters in physics, you can get up to almost average 140 plus. Okay, all the important chapters. Chemistry I am not sure, but you should get 210. 210 is easy to get. Okay, 210 is easy to get, and but 210 may not be enough for you to crack NEET. Okay, unless you have some category benefits. Okay, so you have to remember that for general students 210 is not enough. If NP and Ne are the number of holes and electrons in an intrinsic semiconductor, then easy question. Sandesh, where to practice question to get below 1000 rank? Sandesh, we have a crash course. If you want, definitely you can purchase that, where we are going to give you a lot of daily practice questions. We are solving previous year questions as well, and also we have question paper, 12 full length paper. Okay, so there you will get a chance of answering 60 into 12 questions from each paper, each subject. Okay, so that will be sufficient to practice questions. If you want to practice from some COMEDK book, MTG is one of the books where you will get some questions from MTG, but in market I did not see too many good COMEDK specific books. KSET books are there, COMEDK specific books are little bit rare. Okay, that's why we launch our COMEDK crash course. If you don't want to take the crash course, you can take the only the test only test is not yet available, but it will be soon available in a week's time. So then you can purchase the test and you can practice from those test paper questions as well. Okay, right now it is a full bundle, crash course plus test. Okay, the price is 1999. If you want, you can purchase it. It will be helpful for you. If you don't have that money, either you can practice it from MTG books. MTG books are good, or you can wait for our discounted offer for only the test series that will be available. So this is an easy question. Yes, Adarsh, A, option A. Next question. Minority carriers present in a p-type semiconductors are due to bias voltage, thermal agitation, addition of impurities, ionization of impurities. So minority carriers, why the minority carriers are present? Oh, okay, Vedant. Then you should be fine with 210. What will be fees for the test series? Fees for the test series, it is not yet decided. As I said, it is currently available as a bundle. Okay, it will be decided later on. We have not yet decided. In a week's time, as I said, you will be given a 12-day time period. There you can practice all the tests. So that 12 tests are there. Now, what will be the price for the test? That I am not sure right now, but that will be decided and it will be informed to you in this channel only. So it will be obviously thermal agitation. 12B is the answer for this question. Now next question. In a semiconductor diode, the reverse biased current is due to drift of the free electrons and holes caused by. So in a semiconductor diode, reverse bias, everything is thermal excitation only. Okay. Next is an assertion and reason based question. An N-type semiconductor has a large number of electrons, but still it is in the it is electrically neutral. Okay, an N-type semiconductor is obtained by doping an intrinsic semiconductor with a pentavalent impurity. So now answer this question. Shagupta, answer this question, question 14. Phonex Shadow, the cost of crash course is 1999. Yes, test is free for crash course students. If you purchase crash course, obviously you will get the test. Okay, that only test without the crash course will be made available soon. That's what I was talking about. Okay, Phonex, I hope that clears. Test is free for crash course students. Crash course is basically bundle of classes, DPPs and previous year solutions as well as the test. These are all bundled together. Okay, if you have any doubt. So what is the answer? 14A. See, so that is the trap that you have fallen in, Manvi. So this statement is correct. This statement is also correct. Both statements are correct. So you think that only answer will be both are correct and reason is correct explanation. Just think about it. Okay, so it is said that it is electrically neutral, and then the second statement is it saying that because the total number of positive charge is equal to total number of negative charge despite it is doped. Is it mentioned over here? It is said that it is doped with the pentavalent. It can be doped with pentavalent, does not matter. Okay, does it have to do anything with the neutrality? No, it is neutral because positive charges are equal to negative charges. That is the reason behind the electrical neutrality. So both statements are true, yes, but this is not the correct explanation. So you have to identify that, okay, both statements are true, but it is not the correct explanation. So that's what I am talking about. So you can say that this is basically option B is correct, not option A. Okay, Manvi, you corrected your answer. Okay, Phonex is saying I have all done. Very good. Identify the wrong statement. In conductors, the valence and conduction bands overlap. Okay, yes, this is a correct statement. Substances with energy gap of the order of 10 electron volt are insulators. Yes, anything greater than 3 electron volts are insulators. The resistivity of semiconductors is lower than of the metals. The resistivity of semiconductors are greater than that of the metals. So its resistivity is between conductor and insulator. Okay, it is in between. Its resistivity is less than insulator but greater than conductor, not lower. Last statement, conductivity of metals is high, conductivity of metals are high. Now next question. A semiconductor device is connected in series circuit with a battery and a resistance. A current is found to pass through the circuit. If the polarity of the battery is reversed, the current drops almost to zero. The device may be. What is the name of the device? So it is a PN junction. Option C. Next question. The difference in the variation of resistance with temperature in metals and semiconductor arises essentially due to the difference in the crystal structure, variation in the number of charge carriers with temperature, type of bonding, variation of the scattering mechanisms with the temperature. Let's answer this question. Why semiconductors resistivity decreases with increase in temperature compared to that of the metals? Phonics is saying option B. Yes, this is the correct answer, because in metals the free electrons level almost remains same. Okay, in metals free electron levels almost remain same. As you are increasing the temperature, the electrons starts vibrating. Okay, and their numbers does not change, but their relaxation times decreases. That's why their resistivity increases. Whereas in case of semiconductors, as you increase the temperature, number of electrons there are a lot of bond breaking, and because of the bond breaks, the number of free electrons available increases with temperature. So variation of the number of charge carriers. Charge carriers means who can carry the charge, free electrons. That number increases for semiconductor. So that is why they are basically there is a difference between the temperature coefficient of semiconductor and metals. Now another question. The diode used in the figure required a minimum current of 1 milliampere to be above the cutoff voltage of 0.7 volt. The maximum value of R so that voltage is above the knee point. So knee point is the this voltage is called knee voltage sometimes, and this point in the graph is called knee point. Okay, so this graph, if you see the forward bias graph, so this is called knee point. Sometimes it is like the knee, bend knee point. Okay, so what is the value of the resistance R so that this diode remains in forward bias? Okay, let's solve this question. Anyone? Sir, is COMEDK completely computer test? Yes, phonics. Others is saying option C for this question. Okay, let's see. So first of all, the voltage is 5 volt. Okay, the voltage is 5 volt, and if the diode is above the knee point, then the voltage drop across this diode will always be 0.7. You have to understand that the voltage drop across the diode will always be 0.7, but the source of the voltage is 5 volt. It cannot be added. Others, please understand this. This and this will not be added. Instead, this will be subtracted, because this is the only source. This is the only source. So this is providing the voltage across the resistor as well as the voltage across the diode. So 5 minus 0.7 equals to IR. Okay, and I value is given 1 milliampere. So 1 milliampere means 1000 sorry, not 1000, 10 to the power of minus 3 ampere. 10 to the power of minus 3 ampere into R. So it will be 4.3 into 10 to the 4.3 into 10 to the power of 3. That is the value of the resistance. So resistance is 4.3 kilo ohm, not 5.7 kilo ohm. Okay, right? Yes, Rajiv. Sir, would you tell me what is knee point? Knee point, if you observe the graph of the forward junction graph, okay, of a junction junction diode, the knee point is the point where this graph bends. Okay, this point is called the knee point, where this graph So this point, if you see this point, this graph, this point is called knee point. It is like the bending of your knee. If you bend your knee, okay, in leg knee or hand knee, so you can say, okay, this is my knee, right? So this point is called the knee point, or the elbow point or knee point. Sometimes some cases we see elbow points. In this case we say it is a knee point. Okay, knee is the bending point. This is the minimum, basically cutoff voltage. If you read the question, cutoff voltage. So if the diode is in this region, then this is the knee point. This point is knee point. If the diode operates in this region, then we say the diode is operating above knee point. Okay, clear, Manvi? Yes, Phoenix, yes. Kanishk, please. Now next question, in a full wave rectifier with the input frequency 50 Hz, the ripple in the output is mainly of the frequency in Hz. So full wave rectifier, the frequency is 50 Hz. What is the ripple frequency? So if you remember, in full wave rectifier, this is the pattern. So if the 50 Hz means 50 Hz refers to this only. So this is the 50 Hz frequency. So what is the ripple frequency? Ripple frequency is in one time when it is happening once, the main wave is going through this cycle. Okay, once we are getting 2 ripples, right? So for 1 Hz or 50 Hz, we will get total 50 into 2, that is 100 Hz. So the ripple frequency will be double. Remember, this ripple frequency for a full wave rectifier is double the input frequency. Okay, always. And for half wave it is exactly the same as that of the input frequency. Okay, so answer will be 100 Hz. Okay. Sir, please provide some more questions from each chapter in the crash course. Jat ka tat. Jat, we are providing you a lot of questions in the DPP sections. You can check that out. Okay, we will be solving a lot more questions throughout the crash course. Don't worry, the crash course is only started. It is almost only 1 week. Once the course is over, we will be solving a lot of questions. Don't worry, there are a lot of plans are there. Okay, if you have attended our live class today in the crash course, we have discussed the plans. You can check that out. In the middle of the depletion layer of a reversed biased PN junction, the electric field is 0, potential is maximum. Electric field is maximum, none of A, B and C. In the middle of the depletion region, electric field is 0, potential is maximum, electric field is maximum, none of this. So if you remember, the graph of depletion region is like this, right? The potential is in this side potential is maximum, in this side potential is minimum, negative, and potential is 0 at the center. Okay, so electric field, potential is 0, but electric field is maximum at this point. Okay, so electric field is maximum, potential is 0. Okay, electric field is maximum, potential is 0. The forbidden energy gap in conductors, semiconductors and insulators are Eg1, Eg2 and Eg3 respectively. Okay, then the relationship. First is conductor, now it is forbidden energy gap, right? So forbidden energy gap in conductors are 0, semiconductors is less than 3 electron volt, for insulator it is more than 3 electron volt, right? So Eg1 is the smallest value, Eg2 will be the next smallest, and Eg3 is the largest value. So correct answer is option C. Now last question, I will just leave you for some moment, think it and answer it. Okay, two identical PN junctions may be connected in series with the battery in 3 ways as shown in the figure. the potential drops across the two PN junctions are equal in. Okay, so potential drop across the two PN junctions are equal. So potential drop across, suppose potential drop across this and this. So this is say V1, this is also V2, in which case they will be equal. Okay, there are two possible cases where when it can be equal, so you have to identify that. Rajiv is saying, Jatkadat, yes, syllabus is same for KSET and COMEDK. Syllabus is not difference, question level is difference. Okay, syllabus, in fact, if you consider NEET syllabus is 90% same as KSET. JEE main syllabus is 90% that of KSET. 10% extra is there in JEE and NEET. Other than that, all the syllabus are same. But question level difference is different. In fact, in JEE advanced level also syllabus is almost same. It is not about the syllabus. It's about how difficult or how critical questions are coming. Okay, if you are prepared for that or not. So option C is circuit 3 and circuit 1. Let's see. Are you saying option? Manvi is saying option A. Rajiv is saying option D. Abhishek, COMEDK is slightly difficult than KSET. Circuit 1. Let's see. So if you see this diode PN junction, so P is in this side, N is in this side. So this diode is forward biased. This is the battery, so current is coming in this side. Now in this case, N is in this side, P is in this side. So this is like this. This is a reverse bias case. Okay, now in the forward bias, this diode will try to conduct the current, whereas this diode will try to stop that current. So the potential difference across this diode will almost be zero, whereas potential across this diode will be very, very high. Right? So that is the difference between almost, in fact, in this case, the potential, entire potential difference of the battery will be across this diode only. This diode offers zero resistance, so no current will pass, no potential drop across this diode. Entire potential will be across this diode. So potentials are not same. So V1 is almost equals to 0 and V2 will be almost equals to the battery voltage. So this is not the circuit you are looking for. Now in this case, if you see, both diodes are forward biased. Both diodes are forward biased. This is also PN, this is also PN. So voltage across this will be the cut-in voltage almost 0.7, for example, for germanium. Okay, it can be 0.1 or 0.7. I am assuming 0.7. So the cut-in voltage, so in this case the voltage across both the diode is same. So this is the circuit we are looking for. Let's check the third circuit. In this case we have NP, so both diodes are reverse biased. So reverse bias means the voltage across both diode, so both diode are identical, so basically you can consider them to be very high resistance, equal, very high resistance. So voltage of the source will be equally distributed between these two diodes. So this will be E by 2, this will E by 2, and total voltage will be matched and no current will flow in the circuit. So circuit 2 and circuit 3, they will have the same voltage. Okay, circuit 2 and circuit 3. So option B is correct, not C, not D, not A. Okay, Rajiv, it will be B. Okay, it will be B, not A, not C, not D. Okay, I think this is the last question of today's class. If you have any doubts, quickly ask me. I don't have too much time. Sir, I have completed the syllabus, only test is remaining. How to give COMEDK test? I am JEE student. Rajiv, you can, we have a, currently we have a crash course going on. If you want, you can purchase that crash course. It is available for 1999. The link for this given in the description. In future, we will launch a test series. The current test, obviously the current test series that is part of the crash course, we will make it available separately for a paid price. We will we are considering that it is under the discussion. Once it is approved, we will release it and you will get to know what, about the test series. Other than that, I have not seen too many good COMEDK question bank. Okay, not too many good question bank. Only one thing is you can practice from PYQs. PYQs are different for almost every year. The question levels are different, question patterns are different, means similar concept questions are not coming. Okay, same chapter but adjacent concepts. So if the question is coming from say mobility this year, next year they are asking from drift velocity. So that's how they are changing the concepts slowly. Small concepts are getting changed, so questions does not appear to be same. In KSET, if you see last 10-year questions, there will be a lot of similar, exactly same formula based questions are coming, whereas in COMEDK chapter remains same, the formulas are different, formulas are varying. Okay, in fact in some cases maybe you need to apply 2 formulas. Okay, so that is how it is different than KSET and other exam. If you have prepared for JEE, then you only thing you need to prepare is to finish the 60 questions in 60 minutes, because in JEE you are answering I think 20-25 questions, right, in almost 1 hour. Right, but here you are getting only 60 minutes to answer 60 questions, and that too not individually, total 180 questions in 180 minutes. So that is the main challenge for COMEDK, those especially those who are coming from JEE background, because JEE they get a lot of time to solve the questions level is difficult, I agree with that, but still they are used to think in that mindset, okay, I have at least 2-3 minutes to solve each questions. That is not there. So that is the main difference between JEE and COMEDK. Okay, so if you prepare more of the questions, if you can afford, you should consider our crash course. If you cannot afford, wait for a few more days. Once our test series is available separately, you can have that and practice more questions, right? Manvi PU is pre-university, that is the state board of Karnataka. Okay, it is the state board of the Karnataka. How to attempt COMEDK tests for minimum score 130 plus. So as I said, when you are attempting COMEDK, try to attempt the questions which you are 100% confident, which you can solve quickly. If you see a difficult or tricky questions, try to avoid them, because the time is not enough. Okay, there will be some questions, you read it, you understand the question, you can answer it. If you think that this question language is too difficult, I am not able to understand the question, or I am not able to understand what formula is going to be used, I have forgotten the formula. First of all the formulas for COMEDK has to be remembered properly. Okay, more than KSET, for COMEDK formulas has to be remembered at fingertip level. Okay, so all the formulas, all important formulas, not super complicated formulas, because in the name of shortcuts many people give you a super complicated formulas as your preparatory tool. That is not required. All the basic and important formulas should be remembered and should be in your fingertips. Okay, so whenever you want, you should not think twice before remembering the formula. You close your eyes and you can get the formula. So that is first part, all the formulas has to be in your fingertips. Secondly, all the questions that you think you can answer, you answer it quickly. All the questions you think that maybe it is a tricky question, I can avoid it, you avoid it. Later on, if you get some time, you can come back and answer it. Also today we have discussing that chemistry questions, chemistry does not have too much calculations, to try to answer chemistry fast. Okay, chemistry try to answer is in 40-45 minutes. Try to save some 15 minutes for mathematics, you need some extra time for mathematics. Physics you require exactly 1 hour, so try to answer as many questions as possible. That is the best strategy for exam preparation of COMEDK. Okay, you have to try to answer at least 150 questions to get 130 marks. There is no negative marking. That is the benefit of COMEDK, same as KSET, right? I tried other mock test and wasn't able to get the correct answers. Manvi, where you tried? Is it enough for derivation which you explained in your video for PU board exam? Aryavardhan, PU board is different than COMEDK. COMEDK PU board I have only done selective formula selective questions. Okay, there are a lot of other formulas, other equations. I have discussed most of the formulas in a separate series, not in a separate series. That is a complete different series, Decode NCRT, where I have gone through the chapter wise and I have explained all the formulas. Those are important. Okay, but that you don't have the time to complete that entire series. PU board series is specifically for PU exams only. Okay, where we are discussing only PU exams, PU level related questions. Okay. Okay. What is the difficulty level between KSET COMEDK? I told you multiple times, KSET is slightly easier, COMEDK is slightly difficult than KSET. Other than that, there are no differences. So if you combine all the difficult questions of KSET, combine them together, that will be giving you the medium level of COMEDK. Okay. सर मैं वेदांतु का टेस्ट सीरीज़ लिया हूँ क्योंकि यहाँ सेपरेटली टेस्ट सीरीज़ नहीं मिल रहा था. राजीव कुमार. Okay, Rajiv, that is also good. Vedantu is our one of our partners, so they also are. I am not sure about their test series though. They operate as a separate team, we operate as a separate team, but they are also very good company. They are also working on this for a long time, so they also should have a good standard. Don't worry about it. If you have taken Vedantu ka test series, that is very, very good. Do not wait too much. You don't need to think too much about it. Aryavardhan, sir, I am asking for board exam which is on Saturday. Yes, Aryavardhan, I told you for board exam we did a live, I think yesterday, right? I explained all the important things. So there all the videos that you have done. If you want to check the derivations, yes, definitely check those derivations. For PU, those are the only important portions, and out of that some already came in your first exam, so you can delete those and you can study the remaining derivations, right? C is COMEDK more theory questions like KSET? No, Jat. No, very few theory questions. There are few theory questions. For example, in the semiconductor chapter, there was one part which is completely deleted. In the nuclei chapter, the mathematical questions are completely deleted. They cannot ask you too many mathematical questions from that chapter because only one or two concepts are there which is based on the mathematics from these two chapters. So there are few chapters where mathematical questions are not possible. So there only they will get some theory level questions. Other than that, most chapters they have a lot of numerical questions, formula based questions. You identify the formula, put the values, get the answer. And one more important thing about COMEDK is that you get to use the calculator, but not by your own calculator. You get an on-screen calculator. Okay, you can use that on-screen calculator. I think if you have used and there are other exams also, they allow use of on-screen calculator. There will be an icon, you can click on that, you will get a calculator, you can put the values and solve it. Okay. नवनीत शंकर, सर मैंने आपकी COMEDK क्रैश कोर्स ली है, फिजिक्स समझ नहीं आ रहा है, क्रू सर टाइम बहुत ही कम है. Navneet, only yes, I know, Jat. There are some many other competitive examinations. I think Amrita also they also give the on-screen calculator. Okay, VIT also give, I know. Navneet, what you can do is that right now formula सारे याद कर लो, ठीक है? I told you in the crash course also, जितने भी formulas है सारे याद कर लो. Formula याद करने से बहुत कुछ फर्क पड़ता है. And if you identify that this formula also, you have to practice questions because only remembering the formula will not help. ठीक है? Once you understand the what is the formula is about and you have completed your class 12th, right? So you have the basic idea what is this concept is about, right? So from there try to remember the formula and apply the formula as much as possible. That is the main thing. Practice more questions. If you practice more questions, definitely you will be improve your score. Try to attempt the mock test as well. Okay, right now we are giving 2 mock tests every alternate day, and before exam we will be giving you one mock test every day. Also the live classes are happening. You can join in and you can ask your doubts. We will help you as much as possible. Right, Navneet? Yes. With this I will like to end this note in this class. सर बेसिक आइडिया ही नहीं है मुझे. नवनीत, if you wasted 2 years of your physics, how can I complete it in 20 days? 2 years course of physics. Physics is not 20-day course. It is a full 2 years course. Yes, if you have some basic ideas, I can tell you, okay, these are the important concepts, these are the important formulas, how to apply it, how to solve it. But if you suppose तुमको Coulomb's law ही नहीं पता, so I say apply Coulomb's law. So how can you apply? So that is the basic level you have to understand, right? We are not magicians that I can teach entire physics in 20 days. I can teach you the main important parts from where the questions are going to come, what are all the important formulas, and इसमें क्या इसका मतलब क्या होता है, इसको कैसे apply करते हैं, that I can explain, but I cannot explain to you what is not if you have not yet know what is the meaning of E, what is the meaning of capital E, what is the meaning of small e, what is capital N, what is small n, so that I cannot help. Okay, right now you do not need to a lot of concepts. Okay, in COMEDK only good thing is you do not need to learn a lot of concept, lot of what should I say, lot of conceptual understanding is not super required. It is only mathematical understanding is required. So if you know that okay, this is the formula, this is the equation to apply, this is the values given in the question, I apply it, I solve it. Okay, so that is the level of what should I say, that is the level of expertise required. You don't need to be an expert in physics, you at least need to understand the questions and apply the formulas and solve it. That is the major part of exam. So for example, this is a trick question. So you have to identify that they are talking about whether the diodes are forward biased or reverse biased. So voltages will be same if they are forward biased, voltages will be same if both of them are reverse biased. If they are not forward or reverse biased, then voltages will be different in the diodes. So this is the easier version of the questions, right? So you have to at least have this kind of understanding. Now if you don't know what is the voltage difference, what is the voltage drop, then obviously you will not be able to understand, right? So अरे इतना बेसिक पता है तो क्वेश्चन बन जाएंगे. नवनीत, प्रैक्टिस करते रहो, थोड़ा सीखते रहो, प्रैक्टिस द क्वेश्चन, सी द सॉल्यूशंस एंड ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड कि कितना कौन सा मुझे नहीं पता था, व्हाई आई एम नॉट एबल टू सॉल्व इट. ठीक है, वी हैव रिलीज द फर्स्ट टेस्ट एज वेल एज द पीडीएफ ऑफ द फर्स्ट टेस्ट. ट्राई टू डाउनलोड द पीडीएफ एंड चेक how many you are not able to solve it. First obviously attempt the test, then check your score. Once you are not able to solve it, then what you have to do, you have to download the PDF and check which of the questions you got wrong and why they were wrong. Download the PDF, check it, if possible take a printout and use it like a book. Okay, that is the only suggestion I can give you. Download the book and you realize that okay, this formula I was not sure, this formula I didn't know, I missed it. This here I made a calculation mistake. There is a chance that you made calculation mistakes in the while solving it. So calculation mistake means you are weak in mathematical calculations, right? So if you have a basic knowledge, then you can solve the questions anyway. Main thing, you have to identify the variables and apply it, right? Sorry to disturb, sir, I didn't get you the physics video. Sir, I want your 12 important and high weighted chapter for NEET that will give 120 in physics. Please, where is this? Vedant, I will please don't worry. Once the live is over, I will share the link of that video in the description box. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, Vedant, clear? It is in NEET. Are you searching in the NEET Vedantu NEET Deeksha class channel? Okay, NEET channel. There is a separate channel for NEET. I hope you are aware of that, right, Vedant? Arya Vardhan, right now focus on your board. Once second exam is over, focus back on your COMEDK preparation. Jat, 86 will not be super good. Your PU board marks is okay. PU board marks are good, but your KSET marks will not be good. Okay, even though most of the average students will score like you, but you will not be in the top 5000 rank. I am sorry. So you should try for COMEDK. Okay, COMEDK, there is no baggage of board and you are already aware. So that's what I'm saying, that COMEDK, KSET, both exams, time management is important. If you are practicing the time management, you will score well. Okay, the exam is not about how difficult, how easy is about the exam itself. It is about how you are managing your time. That is more important than how difficult or how easy is the question paper. Okay, if you are able to manage the question, even if the question is difficult, you will score more than the average class. That's what should be your target is, right? Vedant, if you are not checking in the NEET channel, I will come back and I will share the link in the description of this video. Let me close this lecture and then I will share it. Jat, this year it is completely unpredictable right now. It is not sure because lot of different style of responses we are getting. Some students are saying we will score almost 150, 160 plus. Some students are saying we will score 50, 30, 80, like you said 86. So there are a lot of different kind of scores are coming. So this year rank predictor is slightly difficult, but as much as I can say, it will be not above 5000. Okay, your rank will be below 5000. That much is sure. Okay, so above 5000, if you have scored 120 plus with your PU board marks, you could have scored, your rank possibly be above 5000. Okay, so another 30-40 marks you are less in case of KSET. Aryavardhan, no. Second PUC syllabus is not enough. 60% question for COMEDK comes from second PU, 40% question comes from first PU, 33.6 and 66.6. That is the percentage division. So in compared to KSET, more number of question comes from your PU1 for your COMEDK. Okay, in KSET many question comes from second PU, but in COMEDK there are at least 5-6 more question comes from PU1. Okay, so if you are getting say 15 questions in KSET, in COMEDK you are getting 20-21 questions from PU1. Okay, so I don't think that only PU2 will be sufficient. And yes, you will get a rank, but not super good rank. Okay, so for good rank and COMEDK, because the number of seats everything are only to the private colleges, you need to score a good rank for getting a good college in COMEDK. Okay, rank matters. Okay, with this note, I would like to end this lecture. I have record another class. Before I go, just let me know whatever doubts you have in the main comment section. I will try to address all the comments that you have. Okay.